Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your man Fastcom Kevin coming to you from the Fastcom studio, and just wanted to share with you guys, man, just this amazing journey that I call Fastcom, man, which is a fashion competition mobile application that allows fashion enthusiasts, fashion consumers, fashion aficionados, whatever title you want to apply to yourself. But if you got a passion for fashion, this is the platform that you want to be on because it allows you to turn that passion that you have for fashion into a business, man. You don't have to sell clothes, man. You don't have to make clothes. You don't have to be the best model, man. But you can take that passion that you have for fashion and turn it into a legitimate business on Fashcom. So what I want to do today is have a little conversation with you. Now, before I get started, man, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. The channel is at Fashcom, man. We got 4 subscribers. Now, I'm trying to figure this YouTube game out, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's hard for me right now, but I'm not gonna say it's hard. I don't know if it's my content or my delivery or what it could be, but my video is not picking up right now. But you know, I am focused, I'm determined, and I'm gonna be on here. I'm gonna find an audience who's interested in my business, my story, my unique situation. I should say it like that because that Fast Comp is a unique situation. The way I have Fast Comp situated and the things that I intend to do with Fast Comp, man, I think it's going to be amazing. All right, so yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. Make sure you hit that notification bell so every time I drop a video, you'll get a notification. And please hit that like icon. Because I think I'm putting out good content. But nevertheless, let's get started, man. Now, I know all you guys out there, man, have a park. Whether you're in a big city, you know, I'm born and raised, been a resident of Philadelphia all my life. And I think we're the population size, we're probably fifth or sixth largest city in the country. Man, big metropolitan city, man. A lot going on, so. But whether you're in a big city or you're in a smaller city or you're a town, there's always a park where the DJs came out and set up the turntable, set up the music, man, and started to have a jam or started to have a party. And in Philly, growing up in the early 80s, maybe late 70s, early 80s, man, there was always, the DJs would always come to this one park, and we called it the Square. It's called Follower Square, man. It's still there to this day, man. Amazing, beautiful park. City of Philadelphia has renovated the park. Shout out to the City of Philadelphia Parks and Recreation Department, man. Y'all did an amazing job. But that was the spot that everybody would migrate to, man. And it seemed like, because it wasn't no social media, it wasn't no way of, sending out a mass text message to a lot of different people who was, if you had a network of people that you would send out a mass text to in today's world, then they also are sending out to all their friends and followers. So it could go out to hundreds and thousands of people that you might not even know in today's, you know, media uh, focused environment that we live in right now. But back then, we didn't have none of that. So everything was word of mouth. So it just amazed me how everybody would know that they were jamming in the park. And that's what we would say, man. The park is on, man. They bring out the turntables. Now, we lived around this community, so we were here when those speakers, when that music came on, especially from my house. I was a couple streets away from the park, so I would hear the music. But people who live nowhere near the park will find out they jamming down the park. To this day, I don't know how, but anyway, they would find out, man, and they would put on or get fly. That's what we used to say. Get fly. Get fashionable, man. And some of the styles that came through the square was the early inspiration for me not to want to work in the fashion world, but I knew I wanted to build something around fashion. I didn't want to design fashion. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really want to sell fashion, but those were the early days that made me fall in love with fashion because I would see so many fly individuals coming through there wearing so many creative different styles, man. It just made me fall in love with fashion, man. And through the years, because they really stopped really having the outdoor jams in the park, but as I started to get older, it just transformed from me going to the 76ers games. And at the 76ers games, I primarily hustled. And what I mean by hustle, man, did little side jobs and work and, grind up my money where I could buy me a ticket in a nosebleed seat. I was a big basketball fan, but my thing was halftime, man. Go down into the quarter and just watch all the amazing styles that people were wearing at the 76ers games. 76ers games from that, I think I started going when I got in high school. I got in high school, it was 82. That 82 to like 87 time span, and it was off the hook down the Sixers games, man. It was off the hook down there. And that was the favorite time for me. And that influenced, that passion that I had for fashion. Not, like I said, to be a fashion designer or sell clothes or anything like that. It's just I knew I wanted to do something around fashion. And I was always intrigued with competition too, running different events. But I never could figure out like what type of event I could do. I did the standards, ran basketball leagues and, football leagues, and, we would have dance competitions, but it was always something around competition and building a revenue based around competition. But my goal was to take fashion and build a competition and make some money off of it. Combine those three components, fashion, competition, and, monetization, making money. So, let's fast forward and the internet. Once the internet came, it made sense. But now here's another problem I ran into. This is crazy, man. Finding somebody to actually build a website where I could sell fashionable items. The concept of having a competition and based around fashion, that wasn't there when the internet started popping off. I say around the late 90s when eBay was hot. In my hood, around Philly, it was popular to start painting shirts, painting all kind of different designs of shirts. I think it was this company called Mizane. Forgive me if I'm saying y'all name wrong, but I think it was Mizane, something to that effect. But they had, the color shirts popping all around the city of Philadelphia and outside of the city of Philadelphia because they moved around too. They was up New York, down DC, Baltimore, all on the East Coast. Probably was farther than that. But they had, the painted shirts popping. So my thing, what I wanted to do was paint basketballs because that goes back to that sports thing that I had. Plus, I seen that was popping. And in my mind, I said, I'm going to paint basketballs, put some creative, different fashion styles on basketball, post it on eBay, and sell it. Which I did, but that never really gained traction for whatever reason. Maybe I didn't market it right on eBay. But that's where that passion for fashion, competition, and monetization. Even though the competition wasn't there yet, I was doing the competition in other areas. but I still had that same mindset to incorporate the competition with the fashion and the monetization. And besides eBay and having your own website, there wasn't really too many online marketplaces where you can really monetize or sell, products in an open marketplace besides eBay. There probably was. I didn't know about it, and it wasn't as prevalent as eBay was. So now let's keep moving this train forward. MySpace was pumping. Then come Facebook. That's when the social media game came into effect. So I'm trying to figure out, how can I use, because you couldn't post nothing on Facebook or post a product on Facebook and monetize from it. Early in the game, you could create an account on Facebook, but you could just upload. You couldn't make any money from uploading your own products. Same thing when YouTube pumped, because YouTube launched a little after Facebook. You could upload videos, but I didn't see no way of monetizing the process of uploading your videos. There wasn't no monetization in it. I didn't see it. So that kind of made me fall back, because I was on YouTube when they first came out. I had a YouTube account. But I'm saying, like, damn, this is just uploading videos. They ain't really my thing, just to be uploading videos, because I didn't really have nothing to talk about back then that really made sense. Even though, in hindsight, when I look at it now, I should have been on YouTube just talking and building up an audience. Fast forward to now, and I'm telling how many subscribers I could have. But that's neither here nor there. We're going to talk stay right here in 2025. Now, this next move or next platform to drop, this is when it really hit for me that this is the direction that I could take. When Instagram popped off, I think it was 2010. When they popped off, and you had a photo sharing platform, and when it first popped off, you wasn't really sharing full body photos. It was selfies everybody was taking, uploading them to the gram. So, but as time went on, and I'm gonna fast forward because there's no reason to stay on those old stories. But around 2018, when I started seeing the full body photos on Instagram, that gave me the whole concept of incorporating fashion with competition where you can monetize. Now, let's fast forward to 2025. Because we're going to cut through all that. Yeah, Instagram popped off, but now, FashComp, which is short for fashion competition, and it's not like your typical fashion competition. There's no judging. There's no walking the runway. Everything is built off of what you see and do on the internet, in terms of photos, in terms of feeds, in terms of scrolling, in terms of tagging, in terms of links. All that is incorporated to provide a business based around that investment that you have in fashion. That's where it all starts from. You make this big investment in fashion. You have a lot of stuff in your closet. You have some stuff in your closet you only wore one time, and you probably don't plan to wear it again because you don't want to be seen with this same item on. I done figured out a way that you can monetize that, because you're going to be able to sell exclusive photos on the FashComp platform. And this is meant for those one-on-ones. When you put that look together and you wearing that certain item, and you take that full body photo, you're going to be able to sell it on the FashComp mobile app. And I know that works because there's other platforms where you can sell, photos. That's huge. So, we're not trying to recreate anything. We're just going off of what's already online and just adding them in there and adding it in with our own flavor. But on the competition side, The competition, and this is what I need you guys to really understand, the competition is really there as a form of entertainment. Just like any competition event, especially a professional competition event, and even amateur competition event, is built around business. Because with amateur competition events, the referees have to get paid. The electric at the field facilities have to get paid. So they have to make money some type of way. They might not be making money directly off the event or charging an entry fee to the event or have a television deal or have partnership deals with a lot of different companies that bring in revenue, as you see with professional sports organizations. But you have expenses even with running amateur competition events. So on FashComp, it's a business. Everything is built around you building your fashion athlete business. With the competition part, that's the entertainment part. That gives community members who come in to check out the competition some type of entertainment to follow. In terms of you post a look, we have a scoring chart comprised of 10 fashion brands, with the point scale being from 15 points to 6 points. Category 1, which could be Nike products, is worth 15 points. So if you're wearing any Nike products, you get 15 points. Keep everything nice and simple, not complicated. If category 1 on our scoring chart is all Nike products, then if you see that, you say, well, I'm going to put together all Nike products. If category 2 is Louis Vuitton products, then you say, well, I got a Louis Vuitton backpack. I'm going to wear that with a pair of Nike Dunk Lows, which you see a lot of people do. And that's another thing about building FashComp. We study what's trending among the fashion community, specifically that 18 to 26-year-old demographic who's really into investing in fashion and keeping up with trends. So we put a whole lot of research and information into FashComp, and we do it, or I do it, through artificial intelligence. That's another thing about this wonderful digital space that we're in 2025, is that AI can help me run my own business. And I use AI for everything. But I think we got something amazing here at FashComp, man, built all around fashion, competition, and monetization. And what I want to start doing is just keep, sharing this with you guys, man, as we start to build this YouTube channel up, man. Once again, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification button. When you subscribe, it's at FashComp. Just hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be talking about, just a lot of different things around FashComp, the platform, the mobile application, a lot of the different features that we're going to be adding onto FashComp. And all these features are going to be geared towards helping our fashion athletes monetize their content, helping the FashComp community have an amazing experience when they log on, when they open that app up. We want them to have an amazing experience. Same way when a subscriber to Vogue magazine or GQ magazine. I don't even know if those magazines are still, operating. But same way when you used to subscribe to those magazines and you would get that magazine in the mail and you would start to scroll through it, or you're at the doctor's office and you see the magazine there, you start to scroll through it and you see those amazing styles. I know that's how I used to be when I used to go to that GQ magazine. Some of the fly stuff in there, man, it would just take me to another world. A lot of stuff I knew I couldn't afford, a lot of stuff I knew I just couldn't pull off in terms of wearing, but I was inspired by it. So what we want to try to do is the same thing with FashComp, man. No matter what your style is, you can provide inspiration. You can provide creativity. You can give out good suggestions and good clues about how to wear a certain product to this global marketplace that we call the internet, with billions of people and they're using it every day. So that's what we want to try to do at Fast Count, man. And this is part of building up the YouTube channel where we can start monetizing the YouTube channel. A lot of that, any monetization or any money that we make from the channel, we're going to put back into the platform and keep growing the platform. And we're going to have one of the best revenue sharing programs on FastComp that you will find out here. Just to give you a little clue, all of the advertising revenue generated from the competition feed. Now, the competition feed is where all the competition photos are housed. All the participants who register and pay the entry fee, the entry fee is always $10. And that's how I make money. And this is that $10 entry fee allows me to share the following, what I'm about to tell you, in terms of sharing revenue. Not just share the information, but sharing the revenue. All the advertising revenue that we sell on the competition feed, this is where when you click on that competition that's on the home page, it'll take you to the competition page. You'll scroll down, you'll see the feed where all the competition photos are housed. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. It's a 5-day competition. Each day, participants can upload one photo. You'll see all the photos housed there. What we're going to implement on that competition feed is ad space, where companies can add, because community members are going to click on the competitions like you're going to see a professional sports event. And say this professional sports event was online, you're going to click on that event to see the event. On FastComp, you're going to click on that competition so you can see all the photos that were submitted for the event, all the creative styles. Each photo has links, has the name of the brand, whether it's apparel, accessory, or product that's incorporated, being worn or incorporated in the photo by the participant. See, you can have accessories, apparel, or you can have a product. You can have a deal with a car brand. Every photo, they want you to take a picture with this car in the photo, a creative picture some kind of way, or on every Friday of the competition, they want you to do that. This is the deal that you worked out. So there's so many different ways that you can build your Fashion Athlete brand and structure your Fashion Athlete brand. And we're going to have an agent portal coming in there where you'll have access to communicate with agents. We're going to have a premium subscription plan so community members can subscribe to your brand. So as soon as you drop a look for a competition, it'll automatically hit a dedicated UI for them, and they'll get a banner alert saying that XYZ has dropped a photo. So many different features that we're going to be bringing to FastComp, man. That's going to make FastComp one of the top, if not, it's FastComp is already 1-on-1. You won't find nothing out here like the FastComp mobile app, because it's just something I created out my head from having that love of fashion competition and monetization, wanting to make money off a fashion competition platform. Didn't know back then that I wanted to build a platform, but I knew I wanted to get in the game some kind of way. And this is how I got in the game. All right, so that's all I wanted to share with you guys today, man. Every day I'm going to try to jump on here and just share some more information, give you some more background, as much information as I can. But, I really need you guys to subscribe to the channel. Number one, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification button. And, if you like the content that I'm putting out, man, hit the like icon. Let's get this thing rolling, get this thing built up. I'm going to have some guests coming on here. My man, I'm just waiting for him to get a car, man. He's a great orator. He articulates great, man. He can speak. He speaks fluently to the streets, man. And me, I'm going to get on here and bust it up, man. Just talk about a little bit of everything, but everything is going to all lead back to FashCon. But, you know, he has a story to tell, and I just can't wait, you know what I mean, to, you know, he's, right now, you know, he's having little issues in terms of his car and different things like that. Just, you know, real things about, you know, life that we all run into, you know, but as we start to build this company, man, you know, that's going to be my main man in terms of, I sent him a title the other day. I told him he's going to be the Urban Communication Officer, speaking to the streets, you know, introducing Fast Comp to the streets, because he's great at that, man. Like I say, he's an orator when it comes to, you know, street language and speaking to the streets, man. And that's a core marketplace, a core market for Fast Comp is the streets, man, because there's so many creative, unique styles that you see on the streets, man, you know. And a lot of times they don't really understand that, you know, that investment that they make into fashion can be put or made into a business as a fashion athlete on the Fast Comp mobile app. Now you have an opportunity to build that into a business. All right. So as always, man, I like to end my videos by saying that I hope that you have a sensational Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, no matter where you see. This is the cool part about the globe, about the internet. I can say this. No matter where you at, where you are located around the world. See, on the internet, you can say that because somebody could see this from a unique place around this beautiful globe that we live on, that we inhabit. So no matter where you at, man, make sure you have a traditional, no, I shouldn't say the word traditional, I don't know how that came out, but a sensational Saturday. And as always, I would like to say peace. And I'm going to introduce myself once again before I close this video out. My name is Fast Comp Kev. I am the creator and owner of the one and only, the premier fashion competition platform. We are unique. We are one-on-one, and it's called Fast Comp. All right? Peace. Enjoy your day.